is oftentimes said that it's very difficult to find the difference between a statesman and a politician, but there is a difference. A politician is only worried about the next election. A statesman is deeply concerned about the next generation. And this is why a great man, a man of distinction, a man of honor, and a man of a great track record, who proved himself for many years in the state of Wisconsin as their governor, validating welfare reform, validating some marvelous ideas that have now become fruition not only in the United States but many countries of the world, has made a decision to take his life in the direction of leading our country, the United States of America, probably one of the greatest countries ever known to mankind, and we want to continue this great growth. Yes, we have a lot of problems, and there's a great strength in the fact that Tommy Thompson, a man of the people, a man who cares, a man who rides a motorcycle, a man who's been there, started with humble beginnings, has reached great heights with his life, personally and professionally. That's why August the 11th is a very important date, because you can make a big difference. If you're from Iowa, I don't care if you ride a motorcycle, a bicycle, or you come with your car. Come to Ames, Iowa, and vote. There'll be a lot of activities and a lot of support for the great Tommy Thompson run for president. If you're from out of state and you're riding a motorcycle or you're traveling the country, come to Ames, Iowa, and support. Probably one of the greatest opportunities to change the destiny and the course of our country. Tommy Thompson, be there for the straw vote, August the 11th. Thank you very much.
Retired state senator, state of Wisconsin, endorsing and strongly promoting Tommy Thompson for President of the United States. Tommy Thompson is one of us. He's the only one. He's a biker. He's an individual that's got a stellar record as governor, probably one of the absolute best governors we've ever had in the state of Wisconsin. He was also the Secretary of Health and Family Services for the whole United States of America. Bottom line is he has a sense of contagious enthusiasm, refreshing optimism that this country needs for a President of the United States. Not only does he have the experience, but he has the will, and he's a biker that knows what the wind is. He loves freedom and individuality. He's a fierce independent, and he's one of us. He's the only one. So if you're looking for somebody, you need to look at Tommy Thompson for President of the United States. This country needs somebody refreshing, a little bit different, a rebel and a maverick of sorts, and believe me, he's our type of candidate to lead this country for the next generation. God bless you. May you have hunger in the heart, fire in the belly, and souls absolutely in fire.
Is the country ready for Tommy Thompson? That's the question. Is the country ready for somebody that can be the President of the United States with the organizational skills, with a real philosophy, and with one that can galvanize America behind a patriot who's also been a proven leader of people in his own state, the state of Wisconsin, elected him governor 4 times. He took over the job as Secretary of Health and Human Services and did one of the most magnificent jobs in that position. And I want people to realize that at the same time, you had cabinet members in the Bush administration who were stars. You had people that were, secretaries of state, secretaries of Health and Human Services, secretary of Veteran Affairs. These were great people who set benchmarks for their jobs, and Tommy was one of them. And when you look back and the people of Wisconsin realize the loss that they had, and yet realize that what the country gained, and it's not a name that the rest of the country really knows, but if they did know, they would know that it was Tommy Thompson, whose welfare program in Wisconsin is the welfare program adopted by Clinton to reduce welfare in this country and make it work fair and give people back their pride and self-respect and give America back its dignity, so that we didn't have a nation that rested its safety net on a welfare agenda, but on an agenda that got people back to work and made them feel good about themselves. That was Tommy Thompson. Tommy Thompson has brought a lot of things to this country. And one of the things that he could bring to this country as President of the United States is a feeling of pride and dignity and leadership. And leadership with a very strong Republican agenda. Not a Republican agenda that people say is big business and class warfare and, just a tax break for the top 1%. But a Republican agenda that says that we're proud to be pro-God, that we're on one nation under God, that we are people we are endowed by our Creator, as the Declaration of Independence says, with certain inalienable rights, and among those rights are the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And we could say that under a Tommy Thompson without feeling like we're some sort of extremist, right-wing, crazy people, that we're just normal Americans that believe in the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, including the Second Amendment. There's the kind of dignity in this country that I don't think that they could remove, as they have tried to for the last 6 years, by denigrating and talking down about people who love this country and love the fact that this country is one nation under God. They have made that into something that people should, well, I don't really want to say that. But under Tommy Thompson, we'll be proud of that without having to feel like that's some sort of an extremist position. That's what Tommy brings to the table. Tommy brings a dignity that the rest of the world, I believe, will look up to and admire without having to bend down, get on our knees, and be deferential to the rest of the world's agenda, but will be understanding of the rest of the world's agenda, whether we agree with it or not, will be all about what our agenda is under a Tommy Thompson presidency. I think Tommy Thompson can do that. I've seen him do that. I've seen him do that as a proud American, as a proud Republican, and not a Republican saying, well, we're some sort of a cult. We're more than 50% of this country believe in capitalism, free enterprise, the accumulation of wealth by every individual, the right of every individual, not just to accumulate wealth and pay taxes on that, but be proud of doing that. Be proud of being able to bring together those things in this country that we have the opportunity to bring together. Family, a belief in God, resources that we can pass on from generation to generation, without having to be taxed into the ground, without having to have our money taken away from us to pay for people that don't want to work, or for some reason have not been able to be as successful. My father was a working class person, and we were not in the higher income level, we were in a lower income level, but we were of the highest class. It's not about class, because the income does not perhaps rise to a certain level, doesn't mean that our class doesn't. And under a Tommy Thompson, everybody in this country will be respected, because that's the Republican agenda that I believe Tommy Thompson will bring to the people of the United States of America. That's why I'm working for him, campaigning for him, and I'm hoping that all of us will be voting for him. At least in the Iowa straw poll, let's bring this man to the attention of the American public. It takes a lot of money to do that. And that's nothing wrong with that in a capitalist society. We vote with our dollars. By putting your money up, you're saying, I vote. I'm willing to make a little bit of a sacrifice to get a man that I believe in the kind of attention and profile and publicity that he needs to run for President of the United States. By supporting him in the straw poll in Iowa, by helping him move on and move up to perhaps win the Iowa poll and win the New Hampshire poll, we can get this man the kind of recognition that would bring him to a place where he can successfully run for the Republican nomination for President of the United States. And I believe that person is going to be the next President of the United States of America, because I believe this party has the right agenda. American pride, capitalism, free enterprise, entrepreneurialism, the right of the individual, power to the people.
We here at the Bikers Inner Circle support Tommy Thompson for president. For more information, visit his website at www.teamtommy.org or www.tommy2008.com.